WatkinsGlen, Friday morning. Mike Mullen from MikeMullen.net. Up in the Finger Lakes region, New York State, a couple hours north of Pocono, taking the back road to the racetrack, the most legendary road course in America. Not necessarily the best road course in America, but road courses are road courses. You got to put up with what you got. Right now, lightning fast WatkinsGlen. And I think Tony Stewart has a good shot to win. He's won 5 of these things up here. The best driver in NASCAR and road courses should be Jeff Gordon, but he hasn't won in road course in several years. And Tony Stewart's hot. Won up here last year. Kyle Busch won a couple of years ago. He could be good. Me, I'm thinking it's Greg Biffle. Biffle won Pocono. Nice bumpy racetrack, just about like this highway, and I think that means it's going to be good for measuring up what he's going to be able to do up here at WatkinsGlen. WatkinsGlen has some new safety features now down in the booth where they had that bad crash last year. It's good. Michael Prentup, the guy running the racetrack now, has got his stuff together. I think it's going to work. But we were mulling over some of the things that went on last week in NASCAR, some of the stuff that the drivers had to say, and some of the stuff the car owners had to say in that drivers meeting and the owners meeting with Rick Hendricks. I'm trying to figure out just what that's all about. I'm thinking that what they want to do is cut crew guys. I'm thinking money's getting tight all the way around. We know that here at MikeMullen.net. And I think the car owners are going to try to cut some crew guys. I think that was one reason for the meeting. I think that's one reason they didn't invite everybody, just the big guys with those big rosters. Now, that's not going to go over very well if you ask me. If I was a crew guy working on a team and the driver's making $8 million and they want to cut my job or cut my hours or cut me back or make me work twice as long or whatever, I might have a little dissension there. Team owners have to figure that out. But then Tommy Baldwin says a good team sponsorship in the next couple of years is going to be $8 to $12 million. That's a far cry from the $30 million or so that a lot of these teams are playing with right now. So far, as best we can figure out, Jeff Gordon doesn't have a sponsor for next year. At least not a full-time sponsor. Don't think DuPont's coming back. If they do, they're going to come back for maybe $8 million. Not what they're paying right now. And some of these other teams have high-priced drivers too, and I don't know what they're going to do. They're talking about trying to run engines more than one race like they do in truck and nationwide, but that's not going to work in Cup, not 500 miles at Pocono. We're talking about a lot of things. We're all in this together, Mike Helton likes to say. Well, MikeMullen.net's got some ideas on what NASCAR ought to be doing. One thing is they need to be smiling more. Smiling, yes, smiling. Positive, think positive. It's not going to rain this weekend. Those clouds you see overhead, hey, that's just the NFL warming up for the season. Starts Sunday. And I think they've got a game Sunday, a game Thursday, more games Friday, more games Saturday, more games Sunday, and game on Monday. They're opening with a bang. College football, dominating play right now. High school football, be a lot of competition for NASCAR. Be a lot of competition for anybody playing any kind of sport or having any kind of entertainment. We've got to get our act together. We've got to put on a show up here. WatkinsGlen. I think it's going to be a good one. Friday morning, Greg Biffle, Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson won at Sonoma. How about Marcus Ambrose? Can't quite figure that deal out. He's leaving his team, almost won Sonoma, flipped off the switch to save gas going uphill. Not a bright idea. Don't think he's going to have to worry about that here. The hills aren't that big. And besides, you can get back to the pits pretty easily. It's a pretty short race. Actually, it's one of the shortest races we have. I think it should be longer. I like racing at the Glen. Some people don't. I do. As long as it's not raining. Remember the time they tried rain tires? That didn't work out very well. What other idea we have? NASCAR weekends. I think they ought to have a full boat for all the fans that want to come. Thursday we do testing with computerized cars. Friday, qualifying heats for all 3 divisions. Saturday, Truck Nationwide doubleheaders, real short. And Sunday, Cup races. Short races, not 500 miles. Maybe 3 or 4 500-mile races over the whole season. Everything else needs to be short. 2 hours, whatever that works out to be. I think that's the best racing. Drivers don't want to race the first 2 hours of a race if it's going to be a 4-hour race. unless NASCAR puts some points up there. In fact, I think they ought to put points on the heat races. You win the heat race, 50-point bonus. On Fridays, that draws some people out here. We'll see. Mike Mullen, Friday morning on the road to WatkinsGlen. Mike Mullen from MikeMullen.net.